Hello, welcome to the Critical Obsession podcast. My name is Mirella,
And I'm Zoe.
and today we're going to have an episode of Potential Obsessions. We're going to react to a trailer,
It's called Beyond Evil.
Beyond Evil.
Beyond Evil. So it's a K drama. Well, it's classed as a K drama, but I don't know. I don't think it's like your typical K drama because of the Beyond Evil part of it. But
It's a Korean series.
yeah, that's a more simplified way to put what I just said. But it's kind of funny because we were talking to Cass because we want to do another Korean series. Um,
Admin,
sorry, yeah, I mean, guess we we want to do another Korean series which is called Flower of Evil. It's called Flower of Evil, isn't it?
Flower
Not,
of Evil, yes.
it's not flowers. It's flower, isn't it? Yeah,
No, it's
flower.
not Flowers of Evil. It's one single flower of evil. Pick
Do you know
one.
what though? Whenever I say it, I think I always say flowers of evil. I don't know why.
You always
Anyway,
do it. Drives me crazy
oh,
because I
do
know
I?
there's yeah, and there's something that's actually called Flowers of Evil. Something exists, I'm sure of it.
Oh, okay,
So
maybe.
yeah, there's Flowers of Evil and there's Flower of Evil, and
I think
we
like
love Flower of
I
Evil.
think I think the reason why I always say flowers is because there's like a book by, I think it's VC Andrews, called Flowers in the Attic, and I think that's why I always want to say flowers instead of flower. I don't know. Anyway, off topic. Basically, we were telling Admin Cass that we wanted to do a podcast series at some point, we're not sure when, on a show called Flower of Evil. And she went away and told another friend, and they got really excited, and then we were like, oh, this is exciting. But then she said, yeah, they're so excited because you're going to do Beyond Evil. And Morella and I were just like, wait, what? We're like, what's Beyond Evil? And I was like, this sounds really familiar to me. I feel like I know what this is, but I wasn't really sure. So
Hmm.
I've heard kind of about it. Like, I know it's a little bit, I think it has sort of homoerotic undertones, or at least that's what I've heard. Um, but I don't really know much about it, and I definitely haven't seen the trailer or watched any of it or anything like that. And
I
had
know
you heard of it
nothing about
before?
it. Nope.
You know nothing? No, okay.
Mm-mm.
So we just thought it'd be funny now to do a potential obsessions with Beyond Evil, because we're like, why not? I think I made a joke where I was like, we could just do a whole series, Flower of Evil, Beyond Evil. Let's find another
I mean,
thing that's evil.
we're going to have a vampire series. Why not have an evil
That's
series?
right. Something of evil series, yeah. Yeah, I feel like we kind of decided we need to do the vampire thing because apparently every uh BL company in the industry is has discovered vampires. So yeah, that should be funny and interesting, and hopefully there'll be something good in there. But yeah, so today though it's Beyond Evil.
Let's go watch it.
Okay.
So this looks really interesting.
Yeah, it's funny because I had, once we started watching it, I was like, oh, okay, I remember a little bit more about what I've heard about it. But it was funny because, okay, so the first trailer that I found for us to watch was like sort of intense, but like a little confusing and not a
It was
lot
like a
happening.
teaser,
Yeah,
more of a
yeah,
teaser.
yeah, yeah. It's funny because both of the trailers that I could find were really short. But you know what was really
Hmm.
funny? Because when I was searching for Beyond Evil, I kept coming up against, or like finding things for Flower of Evil. I'm like, no, not now. And then there was a bunch of videos that said like various different titles of things that basically just said like the gaze of K drama. And I was like, oh,
Oh,
okay, interesting. Um,
so the actor, the younger one, is actor from Hotel de Luna, right? And the other one is the actor from Kill Me, Heal Me. I
oh,
love
okay.
him. He's so good.
I
He's a very good actor.
I
And
have
in
not
this
seen.
role, he's obviously fascinating because
Yes, he is
I am
very
so
creepy.
intrigued. I'm so intrigued by his character.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't perceive him as creepy. I perceived him as mysterious and maybe has a dark past and maybe something traumatic that
The younger
affects the
one
way
or the older one?
the older one.
Oh yeah, no, I know he did this one face, and I was just like, okay, that's kind of creepy. The other thing I've heard about it is that it reminds people of not the show as such, but like the relationship between the two main like detectives. I think they're meant to be detectives.
Yeah.
Reminds people of, I don't know, did you ever watch the American show Hannibal?
Nope.
Okay. You should definitely watch it. It's really, really good. But it has this
Isn't
like,
it very long? How many seasons does it have?
sorry, how
Isn't
many
it
seasons?
long?
It
Yeah.
has, I think it has like 2 or 3 seasons, I think, from memory. But they're not really
Hmm.
very long, I don't think. I think like season 2 is only like 8 episodes, or I don't know. I could be telling a lie. It's a long time since I've watched it, but
Hmm.
it has this like dual kind of I guess vibe of like homoeroticism, but also like this weird, basically, um, I mean, Will Graham isn't a police officer. He's like a psychological profiler or something, but he's working with the FBI. So let's say the law, with air quotations, and like a serial killer. Well, in this, obviously they're both cops, but I don't know. To me, it was kind of like giving the vibe like maybe he had something to do with it, but I don't see how, because I did a bit of a read on I was curious. I like to go to, I don't take much stock in it, but I do like to go to my drama list and just like see what the rating is. Um Sometimes on shows and stuff. And the rating for this is 8.7, so it's pretty high. Um
I feel like this is like some kind of a cat and mouse game going on between them.
yeah.
You're saying that you don't see how he could be a negative character, right?
No, well, it's not so much that, but they both come to this place. Like neither of them, it doesn't appear that either of them rather, are from there,
Mhm.
and it looks like the thing that's happening is like that they're investigating, which is like a string of like gruesome killings or whatever, is
Mhm.
like is like reminiscent of a cold case serial killer from like 20 years ago that like
Mhm.
um kind of haunted that area. And so the fact that they seem to have both like come there from other places, which is not to say that.
Actually, what I got was that the younger one has some kind of ties with the place, and that his father is known around there, and he does not resemble the father. And there's a company that was mentioned, and what I got from here, from nothing, basically, my first impression is that maybe his father owns a big company, and he just decided not to stick to this legacy and went on his own way and became a detective, and maybe there are some issues between
I'm
him and the father.
I'm really laughing because like I read the, what do you call it, the synopsis as you were talking, and it tells you like what the story is. Not the story, but like the bit about the father.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to know?
Tell me.
Okay, so it says, where are we? Hang on. There's two things. So the older one, it says, Lee Dong-sik, once capable detective, is now demoted to perform menial tasks at the Miang, I'm probably pronouncing
Hmm.
that terribly wrong, police substation. Just as he's beginning to settle into a peaceful life, his new superior, so the younger guy is his superior,
Hmm.
Detective Han Jun-won, is transferred in. Jong-won is an elite detective whose father is the star candidate for the National Police Agency's next chief. So his father
Oh,
is like next in line to be chief of police by the sounds of that.
oh,
Um,
okay.
Despite his
So what is the company? What is the company
I
that is
don't know.
mentioned
It
there?
doesn't really say. It says, despite his admiral qualities and a high social standing, John Moon harbors a long held secret. Okay, so the young one has a secret.
Mm.
Uh, yeah. It says, as their investigation proceeds, they are forced to look deeper than what the evidence suggests, questioning the culpability of all those surrounding the case,
I
including
wish
their
you
own.
didn't read the synopsis though. That would have been much more fun. You could go Delulu with me. You know too much now.
No, well, I don't think so, because like
Bummer.
we have no idea. Like, I mean, I'm sure you. I'm assuming that probably he's getting sent there. I wonder. In the second trailer, it sort of looked like maybe, um, he does something like wrong, and
Hmm.
so maybe that's why he gets sent to this place, because like they don't demote him like they did the older person, but it, like often being sent to these smaller places, like in K dramas, seems to be like it's like a punishment. So
Punishment, yeah.
like maybe he's sent there, not demoted or anything for doing something wrong, but like so that his father can get him out of the way, so he doesn't jeopardize his like chances of becoming the next chief of police, like kind of like out of sight,
Did
out
he
of mind.
find out something that his father did?
Maybe, I
Did
don't know,
I
but
mean there's so like the only series that I can think of were Copes and Texty. Like there was no corrupted figure in
in the
the
police.
police. Yeah, is the flower of evil.
Yeah.
All the other ones have someone who did something wrong.
So much corruption.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, right? So
corruption or just a bad past or some like horrible mistake or like there's always something.
yeah, will be interesting to see, like, yeah, what actually happens. I'm assuming we would have found out probably in the first or second episode about the father, because I'm guessing he has a hand in sending that character to that place. So
Hanjo one.
Hanjun, yeah.
Hmm. And the other one is very interesting to me. So he was a suspect when things started going south 20 years ago. He was the main
Oh, did you did
suspect.
you did you find that somewhere else?
No, it was in the second trailer that you sent me.
Oh, was it? Did I miss?
Yeah,
How did I?
I think it
How
was
did I
him.
miss that? I did not notice
But
that.
what that's why like he said I killed someone and then he says that like he killed the youngest daughter from that family or something like this. And I think he probably didn't kill, but maybe being a suspect, people focused on him instead of finding the real
Yeah.
killer.
Or
Or I
unless,
don't know, maybe something else.
yeah, maybe it's something different. Maybe like he was suspected of something that he didn't do, but maybe he did actually kill somebody, whether on purpose or by accident, or had a part in it. Like, you know what I
Maybe that's somehow, and maybe somehow they, you tend to blame yourself when you did not prevent something
Yeah, it could be
from
something like
happening.
that too. But yeah, because I was
Yeah.
wondering as well, like, because I'm thinking, because to me, I felt like it was lending itself to, and the fact that I'd heard about the thing about Hannibal, which made it sound to me like, or seem to me that maybe the older detective has a secret, um, and like he did a couple of creepy smiles, which made me was like, okay, um, and then. But then I was like, oh, but they're not from there. But then I thought about it and I thought, just because they've gone there now doesn't mean that like they don't have ties to that place from another
Hmm.
time. You know, the
Hmm.
the the younger one is probably too young to be part of killing people 20 years ago. But like as you said, his father maybe could have been involved, or
Hmm.
because it says that he has the secret. He has a long held
Hmm.
secret, not the older one. So I don't know. So now I'm like, even that's actually made me even more curious, because I was thinking when the first time I read it, I was like, oh, he's got a secret. Well, of course he does. He's sort of creepy, but then I realized it's the younger one, not the older one.
There's
So,
a line in the first trailer that is actually like a teaser. Who is the monster among us?
hmm.
Which kind of implies that you would suspect one of them or one of the characters, but in reality, it's someone else. That it's like a misdirect.
Yeah,
Who is a monster among us?
and also it could just
And
be.
maybe also there are different kinds of monsters.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. You know, sometimes it's one of those things where it's like, what do you consider a monster, and like what are the levels, like, and is it who's deciding who's a monster, you know what I mean? Like as you said, if you feel like you've done someone wrong or something, then maybe you're the person who is making that different, that distinction, and you see or view yourself as a monster, you know.
Yeah.
So
Also, that
yeah.
moment that I think the dynamic between them must be very interesting because just the scene where they meet
Mm.
and Lee Dong Shik, right, extends his hand for a shake to shake the hand of the younger one, and he's like, "I don't wipe my hands" or something like this. I'm like, "What? What did you just say?" What just
I know, right? It's funny because I noticed that as well because it was such a weird line, and I'm just like, so what is he
happened?
implying? Like, I don't
Uh-huh.
shake hands, or is he saying like, I'll shake your hand, but I don't wash mine? So like, do you really want to shake my hand? I wasn't really sure what that was implying, but it was definitely an interesting line. I was just like, okay, he's either really odd, or maybe he is.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that's his thing. Maybe that's his chick. Maybe he's just really odd. Um,
That's why he doesn't resemble his father. Maybe his father, if he's in a very high position, it probably means that he is good with people,
people.
with
Yeah,
reading people and being among them and blending and
yeah,
making himself look good in their eyes.
yeah.
And
Like
maybe his son,
powerful and charismatic.
yeah, maybe his son is different.
Yeah, maybe he's like socially awkward. Because that would be
Yeah.
that sounds like a socially awkward thing to say. Like, like someone,
Yeah.
if you first meet someone, they want to touch you or something, you're like, yeah, I don't touch people. I don't know if you've washed your hands.
Yeah.
Or like something along the lines of that. Or I don't wash my hands. Because, like, for
Okay,
whatever.
then I'm confused. What about the company? There's a company mentioned, and that someone really messed up, and that some kind of information was not shared with the detective, the elite detective. I wonder what that was about. Or maybe these lines are not even connected.
Maybe that has something to do with why he ends up in the place. Like maybe he's because I took that those bits seem to be like more in a city setting, like an office building or something. So I
Mhm,
was wondering if that was more something like, maybe a case he was working on and something didn't get, shared or whatever. And so the outcome wasn't good. And so that's why
mhm,
he ended up where he ends up. But I don't know. I find the trailers very like interesting in terms of the fact
mhm,
that they really are not giving you a hell of a lot. But then I mean maybe that's
mhm.
the thing. You need to watch it and it's one of those shows where if you show too much then you give away all the tricks.
Yeah, maybe it's one of those shows that you don't really start understanding what the hell is going on until you watch half of it.
Yeah. I feel like that's
Because you
definitely
know
possible.
what I used to say when I recommend Flower of Evil, I say that the first 6 episodes are the introduction. It starts with someone like drowning, right? And the
Mm,
whole thing, and it's like a scene from later that happens from something that happens later, and the whole thing until that scene from the beginning actually is happening and it's integrated in the story, and you see it again. That
mm.
whole part I consider an introduction to the story.
Yeah, because I think the first bit, isn't it? Like, so the bit after, like as you said, you see that scene first, and then I think from memory, then it sort of goes back like a little bit of time, and we
Mm-hmm.
we're leading up to that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yeah, they could be doing something similar with this. Yeah, it does seem very
It
interesting.
makes
I
sense. It's like a mystery criminal series. There has to be something that you don't know, and you're always kept on your toes. Maybe even until right up until the end, you don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah,
But really, I'm really interested. It's why did I not know about this? What
no,
the
I
hell
know.
was I?
It's so funny because there's a tag on here, and the tag is psychological manipulation. I'm like, ooh, we were just talking about that because you said that like a misdirect. But also, it could be the characters doing that to each other as well.
Yeah, because the older one, I think, is that like the cat and mouse. I think he is trying, or he is very good at manipulating the other one. Or
Yeah. I
I
mean,
feel like this is the case.
if you think about it as well, imagine being the older character and you've been demoted to this place, and then this like young guy turns up and he's like now your boss. I
He's
mean,
looking down at you. Yeah, not to, he doesn't want to shake your hand.
yeah.
And then maybe then he finds out some stuff from your past, and he starts suspecting you and digging that stuff up.
Mm. Oh, it has an 18 plus restricted violence and profanity
Hmm.
content rating, so this ain't no playing around kind of thing. This is serious. But yeah, so there's 16 episodes. It aired in 2021. So it's not that old. It's only a couple of years old.
Hmm. It
Mm.
looks good.
It does look interesting. I think it might be a
No, I
contender.
mean, I mean the cinematography. The cinematography is like really good. Like some scenes were really visually impressive.
It looks interesting, I think.
Mhm. And I
Mm.
liked the scene in the field. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but
No, I love the way it was shot.
it's yeah, it's about
Yeah.
confusion and like you're lost, you don't know where to go.
You don't
It's
know
like
who's chasing who.
yeah,
I love scenes like that when you don't know like who is the prey and who is the, you know, the victim sort of thing. Oh, sorry, who is the
yeah.
prey
And
and
also
who
the
is the
scene and who is the what?
I was like, who is the prey and who is the predator? I was trying to remember what the predator because I'm like, who is the prey and who is the victim? My brain just went, Zoe, that's the same thing.
And then yeah, and also the scene where he cuts meat.
Yes. That
Usually,
actually
usually,
that actually did remind me
y-
of Hannibal.
okay, of Hannibal of Game of Thrones. Like for example, it could mean, like in Dangerous Romance, they use a scene to show us that that guy, the boss of name, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
His
yeah.
name was an evil guy who was not shy of
Having blood on his
um
hands.
yes, he was not afraid of violence too. He was
Mm.
not afraid to get dirty. But in another series, for example, Game of Thrones, like Tywin Lannister is skinning some kind of an animal and cutting. He is shown that yes, maybe he's also not afraid of getting dirty, but also he talks in a certain way. He schemes, like he's very meticulous and he knows what he's doing. Like they're showing his skills and that he is good at planning. He's good at like he's down to earth somehow. Like he has this connection with the simple things with which help him understand things from different perspectives.
Yeah. So
So I wonder,
they
yeah,
could be using that scene to misdirect us and making it think it's
yeah,
something
yeah,
more creepy
it,
than
it does look like misdirection, like especially because I killed someone and he's cutting meat. I mean, come on.
yeah, no, right. It's like the ultimate your hands are bloody kind of moment.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's interesting as well. I mean, I feel like it's one of those things as well. That character comes across as the kind of person where if someone was like, did you do it, like he would be like, sure, I did it, like, but like in a, you know, aren't you going to at least investigate kind of way, like why would you just assume that, you know,
Hmm.
like admit to it and then like in the next sentence be like, well, of course I'm joking, but you don't really know if they
Simple
really are
things.
joking.
If you look at things simplistically, you're going to find a simple answer, but not necessarily the right one, the correct one.
Mm.
Not necessarily. It's not going to be the truth. It's just
Yeah.
going to be a simple answer.
And it could be like we said, like we were saying before, like him saying I killed her doesn't
Hmm.
necessarily mean that they're talking about the same her.
Hmm.
So it could be the interesting twist of it could be that it is this might be an interesting
Well,
funny like
he said he killed the youngest daughter from that family. This is what he says.
okay, yeah. But I was gonna say, this might be very funny to people who've actually watched the show. They're gonna be like, "They're so wrong," or "They're
You
so."
know nothing. Another level of I read the synopsis.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, well, yeah, you're right. He does say that, but because what I was thinking before you said that was that you could also say I killed her and be like actually have killed somebody, but just not that person.
Mm.
So, but then he did say that family, so it sounds like they're talking about the same person in that. But yeah, I feel
Hmm.
like I needed like a 2 or 3 minute trailer, and we there just isn't one.
And
So
the
I
way
suppose.
it's filmed, that scene is really interesting because you can see Lee Dong Shik
Mm-hmm.
clearly, while the other characters, it's I don't really understand. It's either like through a window or like it's a reflection of him, and it's very unclear. It like the you can see it as him in a reflected in a mirror, and there are writings on the mirror. It's not clear. It's dirty. It's very
Mm.
weird. Like he is like his vision is obstructed, like he does not see clearly. Well, the other character is clear, and it's a very weird thing, and I don't really understand why.
Mm.
But I feel like there's something behind this. Like there's an idea behind this. I'm not really sure what
Yeah,
what it.
like an interesting use of cinematography to show
Mhm,
that one character understands the other very well, but the other one is being misled by or distracted by things that are unclear at this
mhm,
time. Maybe something like
mhm,
that. I like it when when shows do stuff like that, when they do clever things with the filming. You sometimes, if you're lucky, you get it while it's happening, but then other times you don't sort of, you know, notice what they're doing. Like you notice but you don't notice, until like,
mhm.
you know, the other shoe drops or something else gets revealed, and then you're like, oh, that's why they did that. You know what I mean? And I really like that. I think it's really clever. um
Yeah.
it adds just another layer to it. And the other thing about that scene as well is he was kind of like in shadow as well.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Like for example, when you watch Sixth Sense for the first time and you watch it the second time, totally different
mm,
experiences.
yeah, well, because you know the big plot line, don't you? That's the other thing. You know the punch.
Yes, and but they tell you a lot of stuff
Oh yeah, constantly they
visually.
keep telling you. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but you
And I
just
mean,
don't see it.
yeah, and the characters actually tell you as well. I think from memory, it's been years since I
Hmm.
watched it, but yeah, like the main little boy, he tells him a bunch of times, doesn't he, or at least a couple of
Yep.
times. But he just
Yes.
he can't hear it, and we don't notice it either because we just think that something else
Oh,
is happening.
if you're listening to this and you haven't watched The Sixth Sense, you should go watch it. It's old, but it's very good.
It is very good. Yeah. What I was gonna say about the trailers is I wish I there was like a 2 or 3 minute trailer, but then I kind of also get why there isn't, and it's clever because the
Mhm.
fact that I wanted to see more of the trailer means that they've done their job. I feel like
No, I feel like it's a good thing. I like trailers that are long, like this long, and the way the second one that we watched, I think it's perfect.
from a different
The
kind of
second
point of
one that
view. The second one was kind of gave it a different spin, like a different point of
no,
view,
I
sort of
I
almost.
like I really see the second one as a trailer and the first one as a teaser. What I'm trying to say is that these days there are so many trailers that last like 3 minutes and they just show you the whole movie, and it's
Yeah, I
just
don't I don't want to see the whole movie. I just wanted to see more. But then, as I said, that I feel like that did its job because now I guess that means I'm gonna watch it.
yep. So I guess this is it.
I guess so. So it seems like it might be a potential. We'll have to see. Hey, especially if we're going to do that series. Hey, anyone who listens to us, tell us something else that's evil. The other thing I wanted to say about this, like when Cass was talking about it, like when she mentioned it, I'm thinking, and I couldn't quite remember that it was like a K drama. I remember all I could think of was like that it sounded like some sort of like true crime drama, like about serial killers or something, where they're like, you know, come with us as we hunt down the, evilest of serial killers or something like beyond evil. Like it just sounded like a tagline kind of thing.
I
So it's
think there's something like when I looked for it, when I did a search on YouTube, Beyond Evil, there's a channel with true crime stuff that is actually called Beyond Evil.
maybe that's
Maybe
what I
this is
was
why you
thinking
have
of.
this
Yeah,
in your
maybe.
head. Yeah.
So yeah, so potentially there's a flower
Flower.
flower flower of evil and beyond evil. I feel like there needs to be a trifecta. So someone give us something else evil. Actually, maybe that sounds like I'm asking for something. I don't want anything evil. Suggest an evil title. All right, I think that's it. I don't know that we can say much. We would need to see more to be able to say more.
Yep. Thank you
Okay.
for hanging out with us.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.